You wake up, still half asleep, and reach for your phone. The first thing you see is a trending news story. It's shocking, emotional, and before you even had coffee, you've already formed an opinion about it. A few scrolls later, you're laughing at a meme, watching a cooking reel, maybe pausing just a second longer on an ad you didn't even realize was an ad. But here's the thing, none of this is random. Someone or something is curating it all for you, making decisions you didn't even know were being made. Welcome back to the channel, where we go beyond surface level, where we question what is told and reveal what is hidden. Because in this case of digital censorship, the truth isn't just hidden, it's disguised as choice. Think of Instagram, TikTok, YouTube like giant nightclubs. You're waiting in line, dressed up, ready to vibe, but the bouncer isn't human. It's an algorithm, and it has a checklist. Did you like that cat video last night? Then congratulations, you're getting a flood of cat reels today. Did you stop and hover on a political post, even just to roll your eyes? Well, here's 10 more just like it. These invisible gatekeepers don't just keep the line moving, they decide who gets VIP access. And here's what's wild. You think you're choosing what you see, but in reality, your past clicks are choosing for you. Every pause, every double tap, every search is a data point in a massive behavioral experiment. Shoshana Zuboff, a scholar and author at Harvard, calls this surveillance capitalism. The idea that your human experience is being mined for data, packaged up, and sold to advertisers. That funny meme you laughed at, it wasn't just entertainment, it was a breadcrumb, leading platforms to predict your mood, your interests, even what kind of products you might buy next. So when you scroll through your feed, you're not just looking at random content, you're looking at the product of thousands of micro decisions curated by invisible systems designed not to inform you, but to keep you engaged. Now let's zoom out from algorithms to something even bigger, the way mainstream media and corporations shape what's considered important. There's this idea called propaganda model created by Noam Chomsky and Edward Herman. Imagine news like a giant funnel. At the top, you have endless events happening in the world, millions of stories every day, but only a tiny trickle makes it through the funnel to your TV or your phone screen. Why? Because there are filters. The first filter is ownership. Most media companies are owned by a few massive corporations. If those corporations have financial interests in, say, defense contracts or pharmaceuticals, do you think negative stories about those industries are going to make the front page? Probably not. The second filter is advertising. News outlets depend on advertisers for revenue. So if a story might upset advertisers or the consumers they want to reach, it quietly gets pushed aside. Then comes sourcing. Journalists need access to powerful figures, government officials, and industry insiders. If they burn bridges by being too critical, they lose those connections, so the reporting naturally becomes, some would say, softer, safer. What you end up with is this carefully manufactured version of reality. Not an outright lie, but a curated truth. A diet of stories designed to keep you consuming without questioning. It's like going to a grocery store and thinking you have endless food options, only to realize the entire store is owned by one company and they only stock the items that benefit them the most. You still feel like you're choosing, but the menu was written long before you walked in. So basically, news is like an all-you-can-eat buffet, but someone already picked your plate and told you the dessert was out of stock. And here's where it gets personal, because all of this, the algorithms, the media filters, the corporate decisions, aren't just shaping the news. They're shaping you, they're shaping me, they're shaping the younger generation. Take Facebook's infamous 2014 experiment. Without telling users, they tweaked people's news feeds to see if they could manipulate emotions. And they could. Users who saw more negative posts became sadder. Users who saw more positive posts felt happier. All from a silent adjustment behind the curtain. No consent, no awareness, just a global psychology experiment on millions of people. And this isn't just history, it's happening now. TikTok, for example, has been accused of suppressing certain political content and shadow banning creators who talk about sensitive topics. Creators often share stories of their videos suddenly disappearing from the For You pages, or their reach dropping without any explanation. That's censorship, not by banning accounts outright, but by quietly making sure fewer people see them. I've heard stories from activists, artists, even small business owners who've built their livelihood online only to wake up one day, find their posts invisible. No explanation, no appeal. Imagine working hard to share your voice, connect with people, and then suddenly being muted in a room where everyone else gets to speak. That's not just censorship, it's silencing someone's identity, their income, and their community. Meanwhile, governments worldwide have pressured platforms to remove content, whether it's misinformation, protest footage, or even political dissent. Sometimes this protects people, sometimes it silences them. Either way, the result is the same. These platforms ultimately decide what conversations survive. And here's the funny but unsettling part. We've basically become Pavlov's dogs. Instead of a bell, it's a notification. Your crush liked your photo. Breaking news, don't want to miss this. Limited time sale, hurry. And just like that, your attention is hijacked again. Honestly, if Pavlov's dogs had Instagram, they'd still be drooling, but probably over mukbangs and animal GoPro reels. So why does this all matter? Because what you see online isn't neutral. It's not some random democratic display of all the world's ideas. It's curated by algorithms, by corporations, by governments, and by advertisers. Sometimes it's intentional censorship, removing or burying certain voices. Sometimes it's accidental. An algorithm decides a video isn't engaging enough, so it disappears into the void. Either way, your reality is being shaped by forces you cannot see. And the scariest part, most of us don't even realize it's happening. We're basically living inside of a digital funhouse mirror, where what we see reflects more about what corporations want us to believe than what's actually true. But here's the real question to sit with. If what you see online is carefully curated by algorithms, corporations, and governments, then how much of your opinion, your curiosity, even your identity is truly your own? Thank you for listening and exploring this topic with me. This channel is all about peeling back the layers, uncovering what's hidden, and questioning what's told. If conversations like this make you feel curious, unsettled, or a little woke, you're in the right place. Hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe so we can keep uncovering these hidden systems together. Until next time, stay questioning, stay aware, and as always, much love.